All right, everybody, what is going on? Welcome to episode 2 of Real eFootball. Now, this is the part where we get into the tragic part of eFootball. Let's be honest. And tragic's kind of a extreme word, but it truly is tragic because right now, as amazing as this game is, and anybody who truly knows football and football gaming, if you play FC, you know that it's so far from real football, it's not even funny. And when you look at UFL, it's got so many issues. It's also so far from football. Um, Obviously, all of the games, including eFootball, are having issues with server. There's major connection issues in game, which make many games insufferable, right? Without a doubt, there's many times where lower skilled players can benefit from it. We're talking the ability to make mistakes and not be punished because one player is so delayed. I don't know how to explain exactly what happens, but where you'll have 5 bars and your opponents will have like 2 and 3 bars, and somehow you're delayed and lagging, and theirs, seem to be fine and moving okay, even though it's their connection that seems to have the issue, right? Uh, so whatever answers behind that, technically, I don't know. I can just tell you what I experience. And then, of course, when you add Smart Assist in, you'll either have just Smart Assist games, no matter how good the connection is, your team is without a doubt affected by that negatively, as well as your opponent getting tons of help. And then when you add the connection issues on top of Smart Assist, that is the perfect storm. That's when you might as well just abandon the game. Now, I salute to players like Nick Runs the Foot Market, for example, who uh, Nick Runs the Foot Market, for example, who got to Division 1 without touching Smart Assist, right? So for me, that's my goal for this run. This team is one of the best teams that you can have, I'm well aware, but it doesn't mean anything because once you get into Division 3, every match to every other match, it doesn't matter if you're playing Division 3, Division 2, or Division 1 players with 1,000 hours, 2,000, 4,000, a vast majority, if I had to say a percentage, like plus 90% is using Smart Assist. And maybe not maybe, if I put the time in, I will no doubt get to the point where I can beat those players without even thinking about Smart Assist. Right now, though, I'm going to have to suffer through some tough losses, knowing that in some cases I'm better than my opponent, in other cases knowing at least it could be a good game, but with Smart Assist, with them having Smart Assist and me playing without it, some opponents I'm just not going to have a chance, right? I've only been back playing eFootball for roughly, if you look at days wise, maybe 8-10 days now. I've been trying to put more hours in, but of course we had the goals alpha. I was doing an Evolutions of Glory. I've been playing every football game, quite frankly, because none of the football games are in the best spot. But the bottom line is why I'm back at eFootball is, and goes full circle with what I started with, true football gamers know, there's no other game that's as true to football as eFootball. You see here, like the server just crashed on me. FC has that problem too, right? And all these games are going through this type of thing. We just talked about the terrible gameplay with the delay. Not to mention, FC is the only game that does this well. The depth of content. In eFootball, it's lacking. The Chinese version, for example. If you guys don't know, China does their own version of eFootball because of their rules in their country. And the developer over there, it's not Konami, they do a draft mode. They do SBCs where you could take your old players and put them in for swaps for new, better players. Right? There's a ton more stuff. Whereas in eFootball, similar to UFL, it's just you go play your events. Once you're done with those events, you play divisions. That's it. Now I like that they added the AI divisions, right? So you see here, if I go into the events, and we have that tournament we'll play now, I'm finished with everything, right? There's always the team play part. We know about that. I'm not done with the Japanese clubs. I put my region as Japan. I was told that if you do that, you get better rewards. I haven't truly noticed it. That might just be a rumor that I just went for like a dummy. But what I did also notice is when I do these challenge events, nobody's ever playing them. So I essentially miss out each time. I could try to get a game right now just as I'm talking to see. Typically speaking, I won't get games on these. So that kind of sucks. There's already limited events, and I miss out on one of the PvP ones because I chose Japan as my region, and I'm assuming everybody else who, like, I don't match with Japanese players. So no one else in my area essentially is doing those. Are very limited players. I'm guessing. If you guys have an answer, let me know. But ever since I chose Japan as my region, and I get those Japan events, they're so hard to even get a game in. So as much as it sucks that we don't have a great game that we can all like, man, this game's amazing right now. We have goals goals coming for sure. Another game potentially coming is the 2K FIFA. Who knows if those will be good? They could, we had high hopes for UFL, right? But none of the games, including goals, I've played the alpha. We can't count out 2K, but just judging by how their basketball game and even their former baseball game and stuff, it's hard to believe that they're going to hit that true to football pace of game and just feel of the movement of the players and the way the I guess the game feels, right? Every other game has more of an arcade feel with, like, for instance, goals doing the best out of the games to translate true football into what works on the sticks. For instance, anti-time wasting. I think all games should have those. Is there such thing as a red line that starts, and if you don't push the ball forward in a reasonable time, the opponent gets the ball with a free kick at midfield? No, that's not a real football thing, but it works in football video games, right? The interceptions that stick to the defender's foot so the bounce backs don't end up rewarding the player that made the bad pass. Just because bounce backs in football games don't work like real life, so they end up actually helping the player that's not playing good football. The ball starts pinballing around, and then a lot of times the team that should have been punished ends up in a better spot. eFootball has that problem sometimes. FC has that problem. Goals took care of that. But when you play the game, you don't get that true football feel. I always show this. When you go out to the main menu, right, and you're looking at these highlights that will pop up here, okay? If I let these screens sit, you'll see the highlights for Salah and Van Dijk. You're about to see it now. And what you'll notice is the true football highlights that will pop up here literally look close to the game highlights, right? Way closer than any other football game, right? Like when they're zoomed out, it's hard to tell because they have the player movements down. Like Salah looks like Salah, Van Dijk looks like Van Dijk, not just player models. Like every game has that with the way, graphics are nowadays. But I'm talking about the actual movements of the players, the actual animations. Like eFootball, Konami does great with that respect. UFL totally misses the mark. The player models might look good because of the graphics, but then the movements in game, the way they shoot, pass, do skill moves, everything, all of the players look the same. There is no difference. There is no variation. FC does decent. They've gotten better at it, but as far as the skill part, they missed the mark so bad. There's certain heroes and icons that had brilliant careers. That are some of the best players to ever play the game that aren't meta, and not only that, but that you can't use if you want to have the most competitive team. For random players that are better just because of the builds or the way that FC creates the way that the game is, right? I'll give you some examples. Xavi. They try to make him more meta lately, but for the longest time, you couldn't use Xavi. Even Pirlo, right? Some Pirlo cards were good here and there, but Wayne Rooney was another one, right? Sometimes you'd feel okay, but a lot of times with his more stocky build, he'll feel clunky. Thierry Henry. I have a Thierry Henry card that's sitting on the bench in FC26 behind Claudia Pena. That's a crime. But he just feels clunky, and he doesn't have the right play style. So all these games are missing the mark in the areas that, again, are true to football, that make us love the game. I don't mind goals, for instance, went down an area where they have made-up players, but they have a brilliant system in place. However, if you're going to have real players, you have to truly get these players right. So when you're watching this, for instance, these J-League highlights, the in-game and the true-life highlights don't look far off from each other. And when you're in-game, the physics feel true to football. That's why this game is worth fighting for, because unfortunately, outside of all this good stuff I'm talking about, you of course at the top of the problems list have Smart Assist. You cannot have a true football game. You cannot have a game that historically has the most skilled players, and then you cannot have skilled players and then sorry, I got thrown off there. Let me go check something. I'll be right back. Got an emergency, it looks like. All right, sorry about that. We had a little scare with the puppet dog. But yeah, you cannot have a game where historically the players are the most skilled in eFootball, right? By far the most skilled. And then turn it to a game where the computer's making your decisions. No other game has anything like that. No other game ever has. It is a complete joke, and it makes eFootball look like a joke. And to make matters worse, it is insufferable to deal with. Yes, if you're a very top player, that's why I salute. I already said it earlier. I'll say it again. Like Nick runs the foot market, comes in, doesn't even play eFootball as much as many players, and he gets straight up to Division 1, not using Smart Assist, while a lot of players in eFootball, even Division 1 players with thousands of hours played, are using Smart Assist. So that shows you it's not a good look for eFootball players. It's not a good look for the game in general that so many players are using this nonsense. If you look at any top creators that stream, you see, despite Konami saying, oh, it's this percentage that uses it in each division, that's totally wrong. You'll see full streams where most every opponent of these streamers are using Smart Assist. You see it in my streams. Now, I'm well aware, apparently I get it wrong sometimes. Sometimes it's just the delay. Sometimes it's just players playing ratty. Maybe they just cross spam. They play, you know, with they're playing with 2 bars and just constantly going for tacklebacks, but maybe not necessarily using Smart Assist. Sometimes, without a doubt, because you see that color change, orange to purple. Whether I get it right all the time or not, it doesn't change the fact that a large amount of the issues right now are with regards to the player base. Okay? The player base is causing them. So when you get into this point here that we're about to play, that's what you have to realize, is that as much as Konami is screwing things up, what you're going to see as I go game after game after game is that above, like, you have all the beautiful football that you can play in this game, but above that, what's screwing that up is the players choosing to use every exploitable thing possible. And that includes not being some rookie and using Smart Assist simply because it messes up your opponent's defense, that makes the defenders miss balls. It helps you auto clear the ball. It helps you organize your defense. It helps you score goals you otherwise wouldn't have scored. Like, Smart Assist and the exploits and the players that are abusing all this is truly what's ruining the game. That's what's making players not want to play the game, right? Konami is not going into your homes, turning on Smart Assist, right? You have to literally go into settings right here, go in to several screens, and turn it on. Nobody's doing that by accident, right? And I say that because some players had said to my boy Phil, sorry, man, I must have accidentally turned it on, Or sorry, man, I don't know how to turn it off. I think it automatically turned on. Like, no, you have to go in and turn that crap on. So what I would do is be playing these players that would be terrible. They're just hoofing the ball. They're just waiting for Smart Assist to give them that perfect through ball or that perfect shot. And then other than that, they play double blue and like just complete rat nonsense, making the game look terrible. Anybody who plays against players like that, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to make them want to play the game. But I would just go turn on Smart Assist and try to beat them over the head to take away the only thing they clearly care about is getting a win. Now that does make sense. Obviously, you guys understand. I know many of you have done that. But on the other hand, I want to showcase purely eFootball without Smart Assist. If that means taking beatdowns from these losers that are going to use a computer to help them win the game, then so be it. Then I'm going to take those L's this season. It's going to be a battle because I am a true competitor and these guys are as good as cheaters to me. Also, knowing how bad they're ruining a potentially amazing game pisses me off. And it's just not right. But I'm not going to waste my time and energy with it this season. That's my goal, at least. Right? That's my goal. It's going to be a challenge, but that's my goal. So with that being said, I'm going to use the restroom, and then we're going to get in. Like I showed you, unfortunately, the lack of content means we've already finished the AI events. Finish everything. Obviously, you guys know co-op is always there. Because I have my region as Japan, I cannot get matches with this. So before you put your region outside of where you're at, remember these localized themes, let's call them. If you put your region far away, I can never find opponents for this. Right? And it didn't start happening until I made my region Japan. So you think about it, I'm missing out on 50 coins a lot, which sucks. I'm going to use the restroom again, like I said, and then try to find this match. After that doesn't work, we got the Borussia Dortmund match, and then we get into our battle, starting with Division 3. If you know, you know. If not, Division 3 through 1 is combined, so you face players all throughout. It's not just Division 3 versus Division 3, 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1. 3 through 1 is where you could play a top player in the world, the number 1 player. You could play a Division 3, one of the worst players, and everything in between. And unfortunately, with Smart Assist and with the connection in a lot of the BS, you're not always guaranteed great football games. You just have to persevere. So the goal of this series, as you can see by the title, is to play real eFootball with none of the bull crap. Hoping to, even though I'm not one of the best players, even though I have a ton of work to do, right? Like I said, I'm maybe not even 2 weeks yet back in playtime wise. But my goal is to showcase just how good this game could be without the nonsense on top. Whereas last season, I would say it definitely showcased how terrible Smart Assist, the name of the series is called The Assassination of Smart Assist. So it showed how ridiculous Smart Assist was, both on my opponent's end, and then when they would use it, I would turn it on and on my end, showing how terrible it was. But I don't want to focus on that this season, right? That was more chaos and not very enjoyable. In this, I'm going to try to enjoy it, even if I have to suffer from some shit games against some Smart Assist opponents. All right, so here we go. So this will be a nice challenge. If players have a bunch of Bundesliga players, will be in trouble. But you got, I think it's only Borussia Dortmund players. So if anybody has any special Borussia Dortmund players, it will really help them out here. But that's the team. I'll be right back and we'll get going. You let Grandma know it's got dogs So it's funny if you ever. I know there's a lot of eFootball. As crazy as it is to think with all these losers playing the way they are, like little immature sissy boys and girls playing the game like shit. You wouldn't think this, but eFootball as well as all games. But there's a large portion that are in my shoes, right? That are older, have families, got done with their playing careers, right? Some are in their playing careers. Uh, like when I was playing in college to stay out of trouble when all the regular college kids that didn't play sports were partying, I would just get on the sticks, right? But it's funny, man, when you're gaming and when you're doing this stuff, it's so interesting to see how much you can tell about someone with the way that they like play the game. And I know people have tried to like villainize me. Uh like, oh my god, you're doing all this and you're older and all. But these people are like cheaters, legit. And in real life, in like whether it's golf, racquetball, Monopoly with family, like no one likes a cheater. No one likes someone like, yeah. I would say like playing with smartest is equivalent to let's say in golf, a man using the women's tees. Or you're playing in a bowling league or a bowling tournament and someone uses the bumpers. Like, yeah, the bumpers are there for kids. Yeah, the women's tees are there for women, right? It's crazy to see because you don't people don't realize that, and then the outcome and the effect those type of losers have on this game. Do you know how many good players I shared in my video? Just one example of a very a player that I respect that I know is just as pure as it gets as far as like his enjoyment of the game, how he plays the game. Very good for the game. His promotions on X and like his takes and everything, and that's Galfano. Like I said, he's singularly responsible for getting me back into eFootball, and he won't even touch the game because of these losers. So times that, right? That kind of situation by all of these rap players that have chased players away. So yeah, not saying that sometimes I don't, you know, get super heated and say some things. Maybe I wouldn't have if, with a cooler head, but it doesn't mean that I'm just doing it for no reason. You know. All right, let's get in. So we have to win 2 games in this qualifying round, 2 out of 5. With the Borussia Dortmund squad, it'll be like a good little warm up. Not auto pick players. Wait, what? Don't tell me I could have switched out my team. I'm an idiot, guys. I thought I had to use Borussia players. I thought I had to use Dortmund players. Oh my gosh. I might have just suffered through this first loss like an idiot. But let's see. Let's try to play this full-on Borussia Dortmund squad and see how we do. I didn't realize I could bring in my team. Joe Bellingham looks just like Jude. It's hilarious. Alright, sorry about that. Trying to play through a bunch of stuff going on. Can be a little tough. Look, he's playing double blue, single blue, red. And he's got smart assist on, as you see, and that's what you typically face. Terrible connection, too. Hey. Very rough on the connection here. Hey. Come on, you're in. Boom. Good. Back post. Goal. Ah. Better ball. Offsides. So you see 1 for 1 with smart assist users. I have an all Borussia team. It's just crazy, guys. Come on, Job. Good, Job. No, Job. What the... Oh, I could get it through there. Yeah, with this type of delay... The goofiness can be real sometimes, boys. Oh my goodness. This delay is something else. So you guys already are seeing... Look at that run. Look at the run. Yes, you're in. What a run by Sabitzer, by the way. Beautiful run. Look at that run. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Picture perfect ball, too. Oh, wow. I did not realize this was golden goal. Okay. Well, there's that. Good little warm-up. Sorry, I just wanted to try to get a little bit of time in. Hold on. So let me see. All right. And the next game. So let me check this. Can I not use... Let me see this real quick. Son of a gun. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Low game plan. This is LBC. You know why this is? This is because I switched Thuram. I upgraded my Thuram and my Van Dijk. So there's the new ones. Game plan. Actually. My team. Game plan. Game plan. Boom. Yeah, see, I knew it. I'd have to do it over here. So Van Dijk's here. upgraded Taram, which is crazy. $130 for 2 upgraded players and a Pirlo and a Ferry. That'll just sit on my bench. I know I'm an idiot, part of the problem. But unfortunately, to compete, that long reach tackle, especially at the top as I'm going to turn the corner, it does mean a lot. Konami obviously knows what they're doing with this type of stuff. Ah! Come on, man. I fat-fingered it. This is where I meant to go with it. Reserves. Chrome. All right. So we're good there. So now we go back into event tournaments. Round 2. Load up our new team. LBC LB, and then there's the team. Unbelievable. I did not realize I could play with them. Well, whatever, it's fine. Okay, yeah. Register a minimum of 11 who play for Dortmund. Okay, so hold on. One. Two. Three. Answer it.
It's not my phone.
Oh. Sorry about that. I was hearing the phone like, why the heck aren't you answering it, bro? You're right there. Reserves. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. One more. One more. I should be good, right? If that's correct. Silly how they do this, because then you're just gonna... then you're just gonna do that. Oh, I just stream on everything, man. Just for OBS. Oh, do I stream on Twitch? Yeah, I stream on everything at once. So I'm on Twitch, Kick, and this right now. Why do you ask? But the main one that I set it up through is YouTube. And then it just goes through Twitch and Kick. So for instance, right now, if I go on to Kick, if I go on to any 3 I'm on right now. Let me make sure that stands true. Yeah, it says I'm live right now. Yep. Why do you ask, Christoph? Yeah. Christopher, yeah, but that's why. So I had a YouTube channel to start, no streaming. Finally, I started streaming UFL. And everyone in the community was trying to convince me, and I finally started doing it. And we got a pretty good crowd going. Obviously, UFL went to hell. So then I streamed every single game so far. But eFootball, it just really is the best football game. It's just all the shit on top of it. But everyone's looking at Konami, whereas I'm disgusted at the players. I truly am. No, Konami didn't go in anybody's living room and say, you have to cross spam. You have to, go for tackle backs nonstop when there's bad connection. You have to turn on smart assist. Like, these losers that are doing this are the ones ruining the game. But that's where I'm at with eFootball. Now, I think Goals is going to be an amazing game. I played the alpha, and they have a very good concept. But as far as true to football, you're just not going to get anything like this other player made the mistake not knowing he could switch his team, I think. I just played with a full Dortmund team, too. Yeah, so apparently with Master League, I don't know if you read the details, but apparently they're calling it Master League to like make people happy, but it's not really Master League. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked at the details. I remember growing up on Master League and like loving, dude, like everything that eFootball's done in the past through PES. Obviously, it was PES back then, but is way more legendary than anything FIFA did, and it's just a shame to see this game go in this direction, dude. It really is. It's a shame to see the game go in this direction. Appreciate it, bro. Here, Sloxy, appreciate it. Yeah, I put a lot of time and effort. I just spent a... Now, this is where it's a ripoff, though. And this is where I'm part of the problem here, because Konami doesn't deserve our money right now. But long reach tackle, I had to add it to Thuram once I updated Van Dijk. And Van Dijk, I had the big-time Van Dijk with just Fortress, but just long reach tackle, but visionary pass is incredible for a center back. To give that boost every time he wins the ball and plays it up is huge. And then to add long reach tackle on top of Fortress to Thuram. But it took me damn near emptying the pack to get Thuram. Van Dijk I got pretty quick. So all in all, 130. They better not offer no more Thuram or Van Dijk cards anymore. I think I missed out on the new updated Maldini. But there's some other... Costa Curta, I think. There's some other good left backs that I could potentially get. I really like Roberto Carlos, even though he's more of an offensive left back, but I can work with that. And have a more of like a deep line defensive mid to help out. I could work with that, so we'll see. With an overlapping left back, man, that could be good. Not saying I will go that route for sure, but I have two defensive fullbacks, and it works really well for how I'm playing now. But I really like the width that the two attacking wingbacks offer. I do have Serginho, I have a Silvestre card, and then I have a what's his name? Otto. What is it? Otto? I like Bergomi too. I don't have him anymore because I used to have a different account, and he was a beast. Roberto was a beast, but I tried to do the Marseille turn, wasn't quick enough. See, sharpening up on those angles as well. Damn, I read the wrong play. I thought he thought I would be going for it. No way that just happened. Goal. Nope. All from a stupid switch. I know. I saw some of the new ones coming, like Tevez. Who else? Tevez is coming. Man, I just drew a blank. Shinji? No, not Shinji. Was it Shinji Kagawa? Or Kagawa's already in here. Look at Hullet. Yes! Dude, he keeps reading me perfectly, bro. How's he reading? Apparently I'm not so, Boom. Good. You're in. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I think it's the delay, guys. Yes, look at that ball. Look at that. You're in. Goal. Unbelievable. The delay, guys. And look, I have 5 bars as usual, and my opponent has 2, dude. And it's screwing me over. I can't even score an open net because of this fucking delay, dude. It just drives me nuts. Why am I getting punished? Sorry to my opponent, but they should be dropped from these games, dude. And this happens all the time. This is almost worse than smart assist. Oh, and by the way, when these players have smart assist on top of it, it's an absolute joke, dude. Look at this. You're in. Beautiful run. It's all delay. That's all they have every time. And it makes these opponents so hard to deal with, dude. It's complete trash. It's complete trash. Look at this. You can't do anything. Everything's so delayed. This is where I don't care. Like, this is where people say, oh, you have a great team. It doesn't matter when you can't move with them. It doesn't mean shit when everything you do is completely delayed. Come on. Yeah, see, it's just a joke, man. Every single thing, they get to react quick. See? And I just lost the game because of this fucking bullshit. These losers with 2 bars every single time. Congrats, bro. You get a fucking win because your opponent can't move. Good job. I hope it's worth your time. So you got to try to tell me that that's worth it. Guys, you got to understand, I'm pressing pass. I can eat a sandwich before it moves. Remember that open net? I already beat this loser. I mean, it's only an event, but imagine that happens all the time in divisions and stuff. So these losers with terrible connection, like here, let me take a look at this guy. Yeah, just a dog shit player. I'd love to talk to him and be like, bro, it's pointless to play. Like, let's talk to him and ask. Hey, you can check this out before you say, oh, excuses, because I'm on live. What is the point in playing with 2 bars connection? Like, it is a complete joke. Your opponent can't even move. You realize that, right? So, no offense to you whatsoever. No offense. I see you don't have a very good team and everything, but when your opponent can't move and you still are in the lowest division, do you have games where you can't move too? So, it's either your opponent can't move or you can't move? To me, I think Konami should make it where you guys can't play, but forget about that. For your time and like can you even, how are you even enjoying playing? Like, how do you do that with 2 bars? And guys, you can see by his ranking how bad he is. I mean, that is awful. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying the fact that players like this are able, that's what ruins the game. How many players do you think face a smart assist opponent, then face a loser that's using smart assist and has bad connection? The next thing you know, it's a bad connection. It's one thing after the other that's screwing up this game. Why would I be... Hold on, you can't speak English. Oh, you fucking kidding me? So I'm asking, like, are you always having two bars? You always, because if you're that low rated, then clearly sometimes it goes against you too. But Konami's got to do something about that. They have to put like a limit, like where those players will get kicked from a game. His answer was okay, so that makes no sense. So it makes you wonder if these guys do this shit on purpose, man. It truly makes you wonder if these guys do this shit on purpose. How was your answer? Okay, I said, so if you have that, like, do you have it every game? Do you have that every single game? I truly want to know. It makes no sense. No, their measures are terrible, Kiyoma. So I said, how could you only into directo? I don't know what that means. Let's see what that means. See if he's a troll or not. Oh, he's in the live stream. Yeah, I can't. No speak Espanol. If one of you guys speak Spanish, can you ask my buddy here? When you play like that and your opponents can't move, and you win off of crosses, and you still never go anywhere past Division 3, like, we can pretty much tell the story without having to go too far. What is the point? It's not even football. You have to know your opponent can't move. There's no doubt in my mind you've received tons of messages. Now, I'm not saying you are purposely messing with the connection, but it does seem like it, because all of you low rank guys that do that, you'll come in with, it will say 4-bar connection for one. It will go back at the beginning. I'm almost positive it said 4. I could be wrong. Maybe I was a dummy and clicked into a 2 or 3-bar match. But you go into a match, you play with 2 bars, you never have any skill. You cross the ball. I have an open net with my hullet, and the delay's so bad that you got stayed in the game because of a delay. Now let's add up all the times that's ever happened. But then apparently, either A, you really must struggle overall because you're still only your best division's Division 3. Again, not trying to be a jerk, but besides Smart Assist, what does everybody talk about? But what's funny though, I know, and that's what sucks is it's getting like FC. If you see what I'm saying, it sounds like FC. But my biggest question to these players like that, Annie Valentina, they always cross the ball. They never ever shoot. And the thing is the delay creates it where you don't go up for it. If you notice, there's such delay. I have Patrick Vieira and Van Dyke. They didn't even try to go up for the ball. These guys never have enough skill to work the ball down the middle. They never have good ranks. They're always division. I've never actually, Division 3 is very low. Like I've seen at least Division 2 because that's what I am. And I have a lot of work to do. I'm like maybe 8 or 9 days. So my question is always to them, when you're not succeeding doing that, like, is it on purpose? Is it just one game you have great, your opponent can't move, and the next game you can't move? I'm just curious because in FC we know what's going on with the terrible connection. We know that they have outdated game engines. In eFootball, it's like the same thing. You know what I mean? They only cross the ball ever. If you noticed, all those players are pretty similar. They go for tacklebacks and they cross the ball. They never have any skill. They never make it to like a higher rank.
Amigo, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Soy de Perú. Que jugué lo normal. Bueno, yo no soy, digamos, un profesional y mucho menos un excelente jugador. Yo juego 1 hora a la semana, 2 horas.
Can anybody speak Spanish where if I played you his message in Spanish, you guys could read it? Because I am curious what he's saying. Because, guys, am I right with that? Do you guys notice that too? Because remember, I'm less than 2 weeks into eFootball hour-wise. I played Goals, Alpha. I played Evolutions to Glory in FC. Smart Assist chased me away from eFootball. And even before that, my boy Galfano, who's now quit the game, by the way, left. But I just can't because, guys, the true to football field of this game is unmatched. Underneath this trash, the game is amazing. So my question always then comes to, like, what is going on with that? We know there's in general these cross spammers. We know about smart assist, right? We know about all this. But these players who with the bad connection, that's who I know least about. But I notice it's typically you're in. Always crosses, right? It's always crosses. Is that a coincidence or what? But I notice that every time that happens, there's a difference. My defenders will not react right. You've seen the Hullet on that open net. He let it roll by him. And by the time he shot the ball, so if you go back to that open net and look when I shot it and look when he shot it, you can tell that's the delay. Now, times that by every play. It's impossible to play like that. And yet you still have enough skill because of your skill gap between your opponent to stay in the game, but it's not enjoyable and it's not truly football. But he doesn't sound like a guy. I can always just tell a troll's voice. That sounds like someone trying to explain, like, he said something about Peru, being from Peru, and then I couldn't understand the rest. It's a coincidence. Okay, good. Thank you for the answer, Callie, because I truly wonder that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wonder, like, would I still be playing the game with that if that happened? And I'm assuming that it's similar. If I could talk to Andy, I'm assuming he still plays despite that because it's like me. The reason I don't leave eFootball out of all these games is because I realize in my mind, like, none of these games are in a good place. So you can either quit football games or you can, buckle down and join the fight on one of these to get the game in a good place. FC is so far gone. It's so far into the arcade. They have some good moments in that game, but the pace of play, the way the play styles have taken over, it's just ridiculous. The players don't even move or like they'll do better than UFL. Like UFL is a joke of a game, and so every way except for customization, they did good. Okay, but that's why I'm assuming the guy like Annie would play. It just sucks that it ruins the whole game for every opponent. Or maybe it's just the matchmaking, or maybe it's just for this event. I truly always just wonder if anybody speaks Spanish and they could tell my boy Annie Valentina. I'm going to answer him actually and say, I wish I spoke Spanish. because I'd love to talk to you, but come on stream. This is where I'm going to sound like a total idiot, guys, but in Peru they speak Spanish, right? It's only Brazil where they speak Portuguese, correct? Because my dumbass sent an Italian guy a Spanish message when I was letting him know I was doing a video on his streams. Nice. Callie, I love it. I wish I would have learned Spanish. That would have helped out a lot. We were interested. I can tell you are not a rat. You love the game too. I'm curious about the games where my opponents have 2 and 3 bars. And how those games feel. He's coming in now, guys. Awesome, dude. He seems like a good dude. So this is cool. So I'm just interested in these 2 and 3 bar games. Like, what does it feel like on his end? And like, with you guys, is it the same where your 2 and 3 bar games? Oh well, we can't start this third round until the 12th. And this third round is, so challenge events. We had tour event AI, challenge event. We won that, and now I guess this is just the weave down players, which that was pretty easy. So then this one's the big one where we play and try to get the best record, right? So that's on 2/12. Let's see what day that is. Thursday, it looks like. Yep, Thursday. Cool. Yes, correct. Correct, Callie. So we'll see if he comes in, but it looks like that. Let me make sure I didn't miss. Yeah, so 2/12, we'll continue this. Other than that, oh crap, guys, I'm fat fingering it. Other than that, I can't do Japanese clubs. That's where I wish I didn't. Now, if I could go back, I wouldn't have put my region as Japan. The next time I can change it. I can't change it just randomly, can I, guys? I have to keep Japan as my because I miss an event every time now when I put Japan as my region. Somebody told me I would get way better rewards, but I don't. I should have just kept it regular. My boy Kiyomo almost exclusively gets 3 bars. Only time I get more than that was when I bumped my connection to the second highest one available through my ISP. Now let me ask Kiyomo, when you play 5 bar, 3 bar, 4 or 5 bar players, does your gameplay feel better? Or is it, you might not be able to tell, but for me, dude, when I could have 4 or 5 bars, my opponent has 2 or 3, the game just, it feels terrible. I know, when they matched me with someone in Peru just now, it's crazy. I hope he comes in. Let's see what he says here. Yeah, how the hell did I match? It must have just been for the event. Here, let's see if you can understand this, Callie.
Bueno, mira, la verdad es que yo le puse antes de empezar el juego, o bueno, a jugar, porque ya tengo los 2 rounds completos con la victoria que obtuve contigo, y creo que es por la distancia.
And then here's the last one.
En nuestra partida, en ese minuto que se te lajeó a ti, también a mí también se me lajeó. Creo que es por la misma distancia o la señal, ¿no? De eFootball. Pero de ahí el juego corrió normal.
He said you're a little bitch American and you suck at soccer. Just quit now. I'm Division 2, but I belong there because I'll be honest, I was 95 points away, and I was getting so mad at. I was playing a ton. I don't. Okay, let me correct that. I'm in Division 2, but I can't. Like Nick ran through and got to Division 1 without Smart Assist, even though players that have played way more than him were using it. So hats off to Nick runs a foot market. You got to give props where it's due. I was 95 points away, but when a lot of opponents would turn on Smart Assist, I would turn it on. And that's what I'm trying not to do. So this is my first game in Division 3. And no matter what, I'm just going to take my L's this season, bro. And I'm going to try to get better because I'm clearly not at the point. It sucks that these players, bro. I was playing guys 3,000, 4,000 hours, Division 1, top 800 ranked, top 1,000, top 10,000 ranked. Players that had no business using Smart Assist, and I could not get by them, especially without it. So I just got to do my work and get better. So here's the team I'm bringing in. Callie, so what did he say, bro? Let's hear it. Give me the summary. There was delay from, but at some point there wasn't. Yeah. It just sucks. I mean, like, look at the open net, bro, for example. Like, that game's over. Now, that was just a silly event game. It doesn't matter. I ended up winning the next one. It's over. But think about a big division game or something. You play that game. That open net missed by Hullet. Dude, that can make or break a game. All right, this is what I'm going to go with. Pele will come back to the ball more. Johan Cruyff. I could put Eto here, but I want a better passer or a creative playmaker. But I have two whole players. But I want Hullet in the middle. This is what I want to do. Thought I already changed this. I'm a little upset. Oh, this is a Morum. I'm an idiot. Okay. So this is a Morum. There we go. Okay. But tactics, team, game plan list. All right, so here's how I want to play with Capella. So there we go. We got it set up. So I want Bellingham's a box-to-box. So as Pele shoots up, I know Pele will be coming back to check in a bit. Bellingham will shoot up. So let me think of how I want to do this, actually. Whoa. Cruyff is a whole player. I want Cruyff on Bellingham because Cruyff will be shooting up. Pele comes back a bit. No, you know what? Bellingham can make these overlapping runs around Pele. Because Bellingham makes these sick runs. Hullet makes insane runs from attacking mid. So this is what I'm going for. Exactly. That's all my opponent needs. That's all my opponent needs is one chance. Because I can't move, I can't jump, I can't do anything. And that's exactly what happened. But I upgraded to this Thuram. Quite a big upgrade, guys. I'm not going to lie. Was it 130 bucks worth? It's hard to say that. But for Visionary Pass, I went up from like 80 and 80 in pace to 85-80. Perfect defense, as you can see. Better physical contact and heading. In Thuram, he was like 92-87 in pace. Now I'm 95-90. Perfect defense. Better dribbling, better passing. And, of course, the beloved long-reach tackle, which is insane. Oh, this game is infuriating for sure. Now, I do want eventually to get a manager where I can have long ball counter, but then I want possession. I thought about it out of quick counter. It's either quick counter or possession as a sub tactic. And for that reason, I've been looking into Arteta. However, I know it's just a small thing, but if I'm paying for a manager, I want my manager, like I could go get Arteta right now. But my problem is I want like 88 long ball counter. I want that to be 89, and apparently soon they'll do 90. It's kind of, I know it's small, but for acceleration and set pieces, boost, I won't use this at all. I mean, I could use that. Orchestrator, I could actually, but I don't use a prolific winger. I'm going to get a better one. So I don't like having only long ball counter and long ball because it's the same thing. So my sub tactic I use width more. And one thing that I did do is I moved my defense up, moved the line initially up. It does make a difference in game. So if you look, my sub tactic's all about space and pinging it out to the wings. And that's my long ball. And players then come close to support, but you spread out the opponent's defense. Then my regular is more congested, but on purpose, because then they'll start making runs forward. I can super cancel, call them too, and play pretty good tiki-taka still. So let's get into it. First game, ranked. Again, I'm only human, but I'm going to try my hardest to just play football no matter what. Not worry about stupid smart assist. If I get whooped by it, I get whooped by it. Congrats to my opponent. A league, if eFootball League was Dream Team and Authentic Team instead of PvP, and eFootball League was Dream Team and Authentic Team. Yeah, dude, there's a lot they could do. There's a lot. It sucks to have to. It sucks that they have so much shit over this. Like, so see, based on looking at that player's trophies and stuff, this is a very good top player that I'm playing against right now, I believe. Based on looking at his trophies. But we'll see. It is what it is. It's a long journey. Exactly. So now that's my goal, is just putting in the hours and improving. That's exactly it. Because and even though I could turn on Smart Assist against Smart Assist users, it's just, it might help to show how stupid Smart Assist is, but now I want to work myself at the game and just improving. So that's a goal. So this should be a very good test based on seeing how this player has done before. Let me see what he's going with here. Messi and Hullet in the middle. Type mark. Hullet. Type mark. Messi. Not man marking, I'll type mark him. We'll see how we do. Yeah, I have a pretty good video out. What I feel like is, you guys, if you get a chance to watch it, you can check it out if you want, but it's just talking about what I feel like, why Smart Assist is still in the game, and who really is to blame and everything. So if you get a chance to check it out, I feel like that's really what the main problem is with the game. More than Konami, it's the player base. And for Konami, they're always going to go for what makes... Exactly, Kiyoma. They're always going to go for... I know, Kiyoma, you've seen my video, and that's exactly what I was saying, is they're always going to go for the dollars. That's what they care about the most. And right now, the player base should be ashamed, because Konami feels like, oh, this is what these players want. They want shortcuts. They want to be losers and get wins that they don't deserve. Okay, here you go. If we show them that we want something else, they'll give us something else, whatever they can do to make us spend money. But that's where I gave in, because I want to compete and have the best players, and upgraded my Thuram and Van Dijk. That's what they want. So I was part of the problem. The truth is, if we all did boycott them, you know, we might even have a chance to already be done with Smart Assist. I wanted him to run. Yes. Oh, no. Crap. Good. Come on. Good. Go. I manually did that too. There's no smart assist on. Hopefully he's not like me and doesn't misread it, because apparently I misread it a lot. Good. Yeah, dude, Christopher, I know. When did this player base get so rotten, bro? This used to be the best player base there is. Like, you always wonder right now, like, is this dude going to go turn on smart assist? Yes. That ball wasn't supposed to go all the way through like that, though. Ah, come on. Better pass. Good. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh, no. That was supposed to be to Hullet. I don't even know what my keeper was doing there. That was crazy. That's crazy, Christopher. I'm going to keep it for now, but I think Hullet could do really good in this game. Or, sorry, Ibra. Where's Hullet? Why won't let me switch to Hullet? There it is. Jeez Louise. I need Hullet to be the big man getting the... Good. Good. You're in. Yes. Cut back. Oh my gosh, guys. That was it right there. Come on. Focus. Let's go. Come on. Come on, come on. Good try. Come on, back post. Yes. Oh my God, come on. We got to get it figured out, boys. Got to take advantage of this. All right, here we go. Holy crap. Guys, oh my God, it's every time with the crosses. And this dude hasn't got nothing. Look at this. This guy hasn't got nothing the whole time. I cannot win headers. Do you guys have any tricks for me? Is that smart assist? How can I not win headers? I got completely lucky there. I use R1 and O to clear them. Look at this. He's winning every one. How, guys? What are they doing to win these? That is the single biggest thing in this game. I'm about to go turn on Smart Assist right now, honestly. Swear to God I am. Because these losers do this every time. I'm trying to play football, and they ruin the game. Every time. Like, I could care less about ruining the game for this guy. For this reason. For this reason. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It's driving me freaking nuts. See, dude, what the hell? And then Van Dijk there. I don't understand. You guys will have to explain to me why. All of a sudden, dude, the dude hasn't done shit. I do the same thing as you and the opponents, but I rush it. You need to dribble and give it an extra pass. All right, but someone, forget about all that. I could care less. I know I need work on that. These opponents do nothing, bro. I mean, if I did what they did and came down and crossed every time, but when I do it, I don't win every header. What are they doing to win every single header, dude? What are they doing? It makes no sense to me. That's what ruins the game. 1,000%. What is ruining it? Or what are they doing just to come down and cross every time? That's where I want to go turn on Smart Assist against these guys. For one, I don't know if he's got it on or not, if that's why he's winning the headers, but what is it? Like, they're not, what do they got some? They have the same players that I have, so it's nothing like, they're not doing anything special. I'm gonna go red against him too. All right, let's go. You're in. Good. Win the flick. See? Okay. So right there. It's like no matter what, dude, I cannot win a header. Did they turn on Smart Assist? Come on. There it is. All right, so here we go. Come on. Win that. Good, Gattuso. Good. No! Wrong ball. See, like right there. What is that, bro? I'm turning on Smart Assist. I give up. Not happening. I'm not playing this loser doing this, guys. I'm turning it on. I do not even care anymore. This, if I'm playing opponents like this, I'm doing it. They ruin the game anyway. They know they do. They're not even trying to play football. Doesn't matter. I'm turning it on anyway. Here it goes. Watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Doesn't even matter. I'm turning it on. It's not even a football game. All I have to worry about is the cross all the time. So watch this. So here we go. The loser gets his ass kicked in football the entire time, dude. Doesn't work on shit. All I'm thinking about is the cross every time. Now I don't care about that goal, But there's no doubt in my mind he has smart assist on. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind this loser has it on. Use super cancel for crosses? I can't even think with what's going on right now here in the background either. I chose the worst time to play. But yeah, the game is just so infuriating, bro. The game is just so infuriating. It doesn't even... I don't even care anymore. Like, everything... This is why, my boy... Like, Alfano, the whole reason I even play this game is because of him. Look, this is the shit you got to deal with. This is the shit you got to deal with. These guys are total and utter losers. Period. I don't care if he got 1 goal from smart assist, or I don't care if he doesn't have it on. All he's been doing the whole time is crossing. That's it. Period. He's been dog shit the entire game. Look at this. This is it. Look at the game. They ruin it. They are fucking losers, bro. You can't tell me that this is football. If you guys are watching this and saying this is what we want out of this game, it is an utter joke. And I know this is a top-ranked player, but they are losers, bro. Period. Doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. I don't want to waste my time spamming these. All right, so look at this. So let's watch. I know it's a top-ranked player. Total and utter loser, bro. Period. Look at this. 342. Let's go talk to him real quick. Let's go talk to him. Let's go talk to him. Hey, I'm on live right now. I make videos in support of this game. I follow Indominator and all them. I don't know what you do for a living, but you are an embarrassment to eFootball. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. I could see the players doing double touches all the time because, okay, that's a skill move they make that's overpowered. But you just played a player that has about 10 days in football, and you look like trash. So let me think about this. Let's think about this. Anybody who watches that game and they see my 10 days in, you're ranked 342 at one point. Look how bad you look. And do you do it for a reason? Let's see what he says. Let's see if this loser comes in here. So when people are quitting this game and people are dogging this game, and then you play like that, right? And I showcase it, but all you do is crosses the entire time. You have zero skill. Then finally you play a couple good passes, but you've already ruined the game. Because if I don't watch the crosses, you're just going to do that the whole time. So you can say, oh, I'm just playing the game, but you're not. You're a complete loser. But my question is, please tell me if I'm wrong. Point to any skill that you have, and when you do, can you point to why you play that way? Can you point, like, do you make any money? Do you compete? Do you have any reason other than a badge? Dude, they're really pushing him, bro. No matter what I say, I really want to talk to this dude and have a conversation. Let's see if I can get him on here. Let's see. Because I really want to know. I'd love to know if these losers are sitting wherever they're sitting and doing this for absolutely nothing but a badge. What's up with all the crosses? I know the crosses are overpowered. So who was going to sit there and waste their time crossing the entire time? It's just pointless. Once that becomes the game, I'm sitting there destroying him the whole first half. He gets the ball down for 1 second in the second half. Cross. Should have been a goal. Cross, cross, cross. I got lucky. So then you're just done with the game mentally. You're done with it. So I don't care about the goals he did score. Right? I'm done with the game at that point. Because these complete losers ruin it. So look at this dude's ranking record. You're telling me that this, who wouldn't be embarrassed? Go look at the hours I've played. Let's look at this. Go look at the hours I played. Look at the rank on him. You guys have seen my content before and how much I played. I know this is his second account or whatever, but it doesn't even matter. 1,000 hours in the game. You guys have seen what I play. I play every other game. So somebody who just plays eFootball, clearly you could see he like whatever that trophy is and shit. I think that's just getting like Final Four in like a tournament or something, right? So whenever my boy Christopher beat him 4-1, he does use Smart Assist, Christopher. See, I didn't know if he was. I couldn't prove it or not. So this loser was using it. See, that's what's hilarious to me. These total and utter trash cans, bro. These total and utter trash cans. So how embarrassing does it have to be? Like, I don't get it. I want to like literally ask these guys. I want to know. Because it makes the game pointless to play. This is where when Nick runs a foot market, comes in and gets into Division 1 within 6 days. For one, kudos to him because it's really hard for a player like me. But here's what you got to realize. One, it's an embarrassment because like a loser like this is who Nick was beating. Like, I can't deal with him. I was smoking him the whole first half, but you see where I fall off. I do not know how to stop those crosses, but Nick didn't either. Nick didn't either. So I should press super cancel. Hold on, let me read it. Use super cancel and then what? Just head it out normally? Why are they winning every cross for one? Once that happened, I was just mentally checked out. Here's why. I don't even want to play this game if that's how it's going to be every time because these guys suck. Look how bad he was at football. The dude couldn't do shit. But apparently, unless he was winning those corners, so now we see from Christopher, this dude uses Smart Assist too. I had a feeling, but is that why they're winning those crosses like that? Is that Smart Assist? But I literally want to know from these losers. Like, I literally want to hear from them and see. Because this is where the game becomes pointless to play. And I know I'm speaking for everybody. There's nobody out in their right mind that's just going to play and go, hey, I can't wait. I can't wait to win headers. But even when my players are right there to win them, they don't go up or they get outmatched. And I heard Smart Assist. I heard that Smart Assist. I heard that Smart Assist, though. Because I win plenty of headers. I've won header after header after header, and then some games I can't. And then Christopher just confused. I'm trying to get him on. So I got time for one more freaking rank game. Hopefully I ended on a good note, but there's just no way let me turn off Smart. I couldn't turn it off, whatever. And then I got to jump off and I'll be back. But guys, I know I'm speaking for everybody. There's nobody that says, let me turn on eFootball to go defend crosses over and over and over. Nobody's saying that. Right? Nobody's saying that. Like these players who I'm matching up again, these losers that play this way, it's pointless. Now I'm playing, this player's ranked 600 in the world right now. This guy is. But it's pointless. None of them make any money off of this game. And why do I bring that up? Because if you're going to play like a complete trash can and make the game look like shit, why wouldn't you turn it into money or turn it into something? Like, you look like shit. You just got outplayed by a FIFA player, basically. If you look at the game in total this year, I just finished my Evolutions to Glory, played a few days of UFL, played the entirety of the goals alpha, and then you come into the game and it's like, this is the best game, but the player base overall, no one can argue this has turned into the worst player base as far as the lowest skill and the most embarrassment. Yeah. And who knows if he's a smart assist loser or not, or he could be an actual skilled player. Hopefully he is. But that last dude, just look at how the first half went. The dude couldn't complete passes. He couldn't play football at all. It's pointless. It's pointless. It's just a joke. And then you have to try to play without smart assist, which, by the way, the worst thing with... What the hell? Did I do that with Van Dijk? Was I can... Sorry, guys. I got to focus. I didn't even know I was controlling Van Dijk. Look at Hullet. Oh. And then you got to try to play without smart assist, and it's like, fuck them. Because all they do is go for crosses over and over and over. Smart assist is on. That's when I can't win crosses. Good run. I don't know why the passes in this game take so long. Another thing that's really annoying. Unless that's only certain circumstances as well. Look at this. So why is my player taking forever to pass that ball? I do an up back. Watch, I'll do it again. Up back. And I'll play it out here. And this is another one. How is this dude 600 in the world, bro? How in the hell are these players 600 and 1,000 and whoever that loser? And I'm not saying this player is bad but that dude I just played, there's nobody in their right mind that would look at him and say, that's a great representative of eFootball. Yeah, he's a great player. And that dude was like top 1,000 or whatever, and it's like, what in the fuck? I just wasted that. It's like, what in the fuck makes these players waste their time to do that shit? Yeah, but I'm not going to do that, Callie. I'm just going to quit before I do that. If these losers want to waste their time to get wins that bad, it just shows how shit their life is. Because anybody who would waste their time... You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to sit there and look at someone and go, great job with all those crosses, bro. You can't complete a pass, but good. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather quit than waste my time. Same with this dude. He hasn't played football the whole time, and then he comes in. I'm not saying it's a bad goal or nothing, but I'm just saying this is a 600 player in eFootball. For all I know, he's got smart assists on too. It's just the game is great. Like I said in that video, nobody's going to look at these players and say they're good. This dude hasn't had an up back and through. No, you could bring Hullet in here. You could bring Henry. You can get all the wins you want, but no one's ever going to watch you play and say you're good at football, bro. This dude hasn't done shit besides pressure, do tackle-backs. He hasn't played football one bit. It's another total loser either using smart assist. Look, he does not know, guys, he does not know how to play football. This dude hasn't played football for shit. So then what does it make you do? It says, well, if you can't win playing football, as beautiful as a football is, in this game, why even play? Hence why so many players have quit and so many players won't come back until smart assist. Look, the loser doesn't do anything. Tell me if I'm wrong here. The loser does nothing but get the ball and then make terrible. He hasn't shown me any skill that this has. And then watch me pass and move. And then watch this dude. He goes for tacklebacks and bullshit every single time. He's got one attack, and he hit a blitz curler. Congrats. So I can tell, for one, that these players wasting their time just to do this. I mean, would you call that a winner? I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't. But even if you would, they do this for nothing, guys. I'm not, like, at least if you're going to enjoy the football, yeah, it's a great hobby to have. But if you're going to do this shit and play like a loser and not enjoy the sport that you're playing a simulation of, at least have a reason. At least have a reason. Like, watch the passing in this game. Watch as it goes. This piece of trash hasn't done a thing. Look, he doesn't even know how to play football. And this is a 600 ranked player. This dude doesn't even know how to play football. Look at this. He hasn't done any, what I'm doing right now is just simple build-up. He hasn't done it at all. Oh, sorry, I forgot I had Smart Assist on, and I'm not even going to turn it off against this piece of shit. That's a goal. Fake shot him all the way. Fake shot him all the way. Yeah, but it means nothing, Callie, because I have Smart Assist on. But I really don't care, because that's what this game makes you do, dude. That's what I'm saying. 2 games in, and that's how I feel. And here's why. Watch my opponent. Do you think my opponent's trying to play me straight up? Absolutely not. These guys don't even know how to play. So why not put in the work to try to learn how to pass and move and actually play? You're 600 in the world. Congrats. Do you think it's going to make anybody want to watch you, bro? You can't even truly play football. Because you can clear the ball up, get one shot, and hit a fucking hit a blitz curler, and then you want to get mad at me for telling the truth. These people will get mad like, just let people play how they want. You're a monster, right? You're a monster. Look at this. What is he even doing? What the fuck are we even doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we even doing here? Is this dude really doing this? I don't even understand, bro. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. What is wrong with these players? What is wrong with these players? Yeah, but you actually play football, Kioma. If these guys are going to be rats and do all this shit, at least do it for a reason, bro. At least do it for a reason. Don't fucking play this game for nothing. And then what is he even doing now? Is this some rat maneuver to get the advantage or something? Yeah. No, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to play a football game and enjoy it, like, for instance, if I'm going to play Monopoly or golf, I'm not going to go to the golf course to then cheat on my score and yeah, there's nobody there. Yes, I can do it. I can take off a couple strokes. I could shank a ball and then throw it onto the fairway and say, look at this amazing shot. But that wouldn't really be me, would it? So why would I waste my time? You might be Division 4, Kioma, but you actually play. So whatever score you earn. And that's how I feel. So when people are like, dude, just go down and glitch through balls too, or people were saying that in UFL, like, bro, just do that every time. I was showing them the broken crosses. There's a lob cross glitch. I'm like, bro, why would I waste my time for that? I'm trying to play this game like and showcase how good it could be without these loser players. Like, no one wants to watch me sit there and do glitches the whole time. Oh, I didn't see Callie say he plays like a D4 player. But with all due respect, he plays an artist player. And it's like, you get your asking. None of these guys are trying to pass and move and play football. They're trying to spam the ball down and do whatever. They're trying to spam the ball and get crosses. They'll score a goal and go double blue. And then you look at their rank and it's like top 300, top 500. And it makes no sense whatsoever, bro. It makes no sense whatsoever. I purposely did that too. Why does he get through on those? I got to learn that too. My players aren't tackling. This game, bro, is so funny. Come on, hold it. Boom. All right, here we go. Boom. Good. Boom. There we go. Let's go. Bam. Good. Ah, wrong player. Look at this. And this is a 300. This is the current 600th best player in the world right now. Smart assist or not, it's like, I don't even see what I'm playing against, bro. It's just crazy. It's just insane to me. How is this the 600th best player? I just don't get it. Yeah, I just don't understand, man. But whatever. I mean, we'll see. But I love winning. I compete. But there's no way like this game. I don't care if I'm beating the 600 best player in this. It's with Smart says I'll never consider it. It's a waste of my time if I even do win. But let's just say either way. Here we go with a cross. Got lucky there. Notice my player didn't jump. Notice my players were right there. Didn't jump at all. Notice my players aren't jumping, aren't moving. Can't figure that one out. Every other game they will. It's certain games they don't. I don't understand that at all. Like this. What the fuck just happened there, guys? It doesn't make any sense. All right, come on, come on. I gotta try to block these off. Good. Square. Good. Lay it back. All the way. Boom. Beautiful football. See what I'm saying? And I would love to do that without Smart Assist, guys, by the way. I know it didn't quite work out, but that's fine. I would love to do that without Smart Assist. Oh, my God. Then I'm right there. I know that that's kind of just eFootball, though. And it is what it is. But still, that was... You're in! It's such a stupid game. Guys, this is such a stupid game. This is what my opponent was doing to me the last game. 1,000 in the world. And it's just... And then Christopher played him, too. So that's another player he played using Smart Assist. But Christopher beat him 4-1. This poor player, I don't know. I don't think he's using it. I have no idea. But either way, 600 in the world. It's just... I can't do it, dude. Because now this whole game was ruined. I'm focused. I'm focused. Still, beating the 600th ranked player in the world is kind of crazy, especially considering I lost that last loser who was terrible. But both of these guys, I'm playing better football than. You see what I'm saying? Like, the football aspect and why Konami took it away from that. The only thing I could think is these players who cannot use it. Right? Am I up 3-1 now? Yeah, I think I am. All right, and then we'll go that, and then we'll go Platini here. Then we'll go Ibra to win the flick-ons. We'll go Baggio here. Individual instructions. We'll go defensive. Pirlo, boom. All right, let's play. That's always more experience. Yeah, but still, Christopher, you beat him. And the bottom line is that last dude is what I'm talking about. He didn't even play football. He got whooped in football and then did some anti-football. All he did the entire time was go for crosses. It's just as bad for the game as everything else. And if he's a smart assist user that can only go for crosses, and he's doing that, and he could be sitting there, no one knows who he is. No one gives a shit if he gets ranked 1 or 1 million in the world. And yet, he's doing this shit that's ruining the game. It makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense. All right, there it is. There goes the crosses again, guys. The crosses, all these crosses. See what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I don't think I've never seen that before. I wouldn't even want to play football just going for crosses. Here we go. Come on, Platt. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. Game over. Wrapped it up. 600th ranked player. Could give a shit less. Now, if anybody wants to use this to show how stupid Smartest is, please do. Because I just beat the 600th ranked player. Now, here, you want to know what else is stupid? Whatever you call that last game. If someone could use that to show Konami how dumb Smartest and cross spamming is too. Because whatever they did with their crosses is a complete and utter joke. It's all they can score is these crosses, bro. Wouldn't you feel embarrassed if someone scores against you open play after open play and all you can do is cross the ball? And what is up with... When did eFootball become a cross spamming... When did eFootball become that, right? When did eFootball become just a cross spamming simulator? What a ball. Look at that ball. That's hilarious. Game over. Eat it. Now, this player might have got the wrath of the last player, but then I saw the top ranking, and it's like, bro, no offense, but why do you think the 600th ranked player I'm able to just destroy like that? Whether it's Smart Assist or not. It's because all of the top players are leaving this game, or some of the players aren't grinding that hard or whatever. And I don't mean any disrespect. This player could be the nicest dude ever. But that last person, no good person comes into games to ruin them. That's the bottom line. And don't be naive enough to try to tell me, oh, they don't know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Christopher played that same dude that I played last game, and I quote, if I can find it up here. All he did was Smartest using the same thing, and he tried to do something. I can't remember. I don't want to misquote it. Oh, Oh no, that was somebody else. Well, whatever. It's like you can see this from a mile away. So look at this. This is who I just beat. He's literally currently, so his highest rating ever was 277, right? And then this session right now, he's number 600 in the world. But his highest rank was 277. This dude, close, but not quite. I'm outplaying like crazy without Smart Assist on. And all he did over and over and over and over and over is cross spam. So if you can't watch this stream and figure out that there's shit broken in this, then I don't know what to say. Like from the Smart Assist to the cross spamming to all of it. And the fact that I came in and played football better than both of them, I'm talking just the passing. Forget it. I don't even count this as a win, by the way. This right here, I don't even count that as a win against that guy. I count this whole game as a joke, even though it could be great. And it's hard to even showcase anything good in this game because of those types of players. Right? I'm only human, but when you play a game like that where if you guys go back to that first game, for damn near the whole first half, he didn't get the ball out of the half. I'm whooping him and whooping him, but I need work in and around the box. That is fine. And then the next thing you know, he comes down, cross, 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 cross. Still couldn't play football, still couldn't make good passes, but finally gets sprung down the wings a few times. And not one time did my Van Dijk or Vieira win a header. Not even once. Other games I'll play and I can win them fine, but magically. And I didn't even see if that dude was using Smart Assist or not. After 7, 8, 10 crosses, I was just done. And then he scored the 2 regular goals. That's my fault, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact the game's so jacked up. I know everyone knows that. But at least it's just like showcasing this. Eventually, if this shit gets out enough players will be outraged. And Konami is either going to lose a ton of players or they're going to finally be embarrassed of everything being shared about their game and make some changes. So I got to roll. I'll be back. We start off 1-1. We lose to the 342 player, beat the 240-something player in the world. And there wasn't any good football, in my opinion, that you could showcase. There's some great build-up in between there. But the minute Smart Assist is involved or cross-spamming, I personally I cancel it out. Like you could see the beauty of football in there in the little bits and pieces, but nowhere near what it should be. So that's where I'm at. We never heard back from the shithead from the first game, of course. But it's like, stand on how you play. Stand on where the skill is. Stand on how it's worth your time to sit there and just spam crosses all game, every game, as if that's football at all. Right? It's not football at all. So I don't know, man. That's my take. I'll watch the games back later. Maybe we'll check them out. Not fully because it would be boring, but just get through kind of like the major parts and really watch back. Because I think when you do, you can dig in and really see the issues in this game. Especially considering those are 2 of the top-ranked players in the world right now. So it's a good representation. But make sure you like this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. More content later. I got to run. Peace out.